Good morning, welcome to It's All Black and White TV, and this is NUFC latest news on this Friday morning. If you do like what you see, please do smash that like. It really does help the channel stay towards the top of the search and means new viewers can find the channel more easily. Also, if you are brand new at the channel, come and join this great community by smashing that subscribe button, which is free to do so, and the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record any upcoming shows. Just over 1,000 subscribers now. Also, if you do want to become a member, it is 99p. Just click the join button and be entered into future monthly draws, which will be getting done. And also, if you want to make a donation, you can do that by hitting the $sign in the super chat option, which is in the chat. Okay, right. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Right, first on the agenda is the second part of the 4-part series on Amazon Prime, dropped at midnight. I haven't yet watched it, but I will do later on. At some point I will catch up with this and watch it. So I'm sure the second part is going to be just as good as the first part, if not better. And we can't wait to see what is in this. If anybody has watched it, please don't put any spoilers in the chat, just in case any other viewers haven't watched the second episode yet. But you can't put your thoughts in. Is it a great second part or what? But just don't try and put any spoilers in just for other people. Thank you for that anyway. Right, okay, so transfer news. Look, we saw yesterday this lad, that we've agreed a fee with Chelsea for about £28 million for 18-year-old Lewis Hall. Now, I've seen a lot of people going around saying, well, it's a bit of a risk, isn't it, paying 28 million for an 18-year-old player? I look at that and say, well, not really. No, it's not really a risk. It's just this guy or this young lad is a very good player and is only going to improve and get better and better and better. This lad, let's remember, can play in 6 different positions: left back, centre back, defensive midfield, left midfield, right midfield, centre midfield. So, this lad's got the world at his feet. We know what Chelsea's been like when they've brought young players through, the likes of Reece James, the likes of Colville. They're coming through the system. And I think with Lewis Hall, I know a lot of Chelsea fans are really annoyed at this, that they're letting him go. But what you got to remember with Lewis Hall is, one, not just the fact that his dad's a Newcastle fan and most of his family is, but the fact is, how much game time is he going to get now that Chelsea are signing all these players? And that is the thing that he's got to also think about. Yes, we know he's only 18 and he's probably not going to play week in, week out. But again, the kid's got a talent. Eddie Howe spotted the talent and, rightly so, wants him. But if you look at Eddie Howe now as a manager, I think a lot of players want to come and play for Eddie Howe. Because when players see what Eddie Howe's doing with Newcastle United, look how far we have come under Eddie Howe. We knew Eddie Howe was a great manager at Bournemouth from the job he did there. And that's on limited resources. But now he's able to get players in, but no disrespect, and I don't mean this in any disrespect to Bournemouth, but in Newcastle he can attract better players, get better players into the club and develop them. And look at how well we're playing with these better players. And I think the more these better players out there see where our club is, they want to be part of this. They want to be part of Eddie Howe. Denali probably didn't know a lot about Eddie Howe until he came. He probably absolutely loves Eddie Howe now because Eddie Howe's probably taken his game to a different level that it wasn't at before, maybe. So, just because you're a great player, you may come into the club, but you may think, actually, I didn't know I had this in me locker. I didn't know my game could have gone from this level to that level. And that's what Eddie Howe can do, and his coaching team. So, Newcastle is the place to be. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Newcastle fan and I'm a Geordie, but, there is a lot to get excited about. But I think the Lewis Hall deal is absolutely keen. I think that's going to be a great deal. And I'm not upset that the club are going to spend 28 million. Now, there is some conflicting reports. Now, Sky did say last night that it could just be a loan deal with the obligation to buy. Now then, if it is a loan deal, even better, because that gives us freedom on FFP a bit and just gives us that little bit extra leeway when we come to buying somebody else. So, all in all, I think if it's a loan deal, even better, with the obligation that we buy him at the end of the season, which I haven't got a problem with. I'd rather have that, in all honesty, because at least then we know, yes, he's going to be the loan player for a season, but we know he's going to be a permanent player as well. So I'm not saying he's agreed a 6-year deal. So I'm not saying Sky are now saying it's a loan deal with the obligation to buy. We don't know what the ins and outs are. I expect this deal could be done very quickly. I think if it's probably done by 5 today, I'm not sure though if he could play tomorrow, but maybe not. If he doesn't play tomorrow, he'll definitely be in the squad for next weekend. So do you know what? Let's just keep an eye on this and see what happens. But I tell you what, this is going to be a cracking signing, getting Lewis Hall through the door, and great business by Newcastle United as well. Right, another player we've been linked with, and I've mentioned this before, and this is Goncalo Inacio, who plays for Sporting Lisbon. And not just us are linked with him, but also Man United are linked with him as well. Again, this is a very versatile defender who is only 21 years of age, who's only going to get better and better as well. Ball controls his strengths, but he's got no outstanding weaknesses. Now he can play left back and right back, but he can also play centre back as well. Very good player. Now then, this is the interesting part. His value is 45 million euros at the moment. And why I say at the moment is because Sporting want him to agree to a new contract. Now, his contract's until 2026, but they've obviously wanted him to extend his contract and move to a new one. But with this guy, with Goncalo Inacio, he has verbally, and I say this, verbally agreed a new contract. So, by verbally agreeing means, as it's not signed yet, the release clause stays as it is at around 45 million euros. Now, they're not expecting this deal to be signed until maybe after the end of the transfer window, which is a strange one, but then maybe he's holding back from signing it just yet. Now then, when he does sign this new deal, if he does stay after the transfer window ends and he signs this new deal, the buyout clause is going to be 60 million euros. So it goes up 15 million euros. Now, as I say, ourselves and Manchester United are both in the mix for this guy. If there's a chance we can get in there and get him. Maybe this is the thing. Maybe, and I'm just saying this, but maybe is this the reason why the Lewis Hall deal could be a loan with the obligation to buy, so that we can nip in and get him, because we've got to be careful with FFP. That is the key here. What's your thoughts? I think Goncalo Inacio would be fantastic in our defence. As I say, 21-year-old guy. He's got a long way to go in the game. Last season, he started like 26 out of 33 games, got 1 goal, 3 assists. His accurate passing is 90% per game. It's just it. He's a good footballer. So again, we'll wait and see what happens on that. But the key thing we've got here is, again, you've got cover at left back and right back with this guy, but also centre back. So you can play anywhere across that back three, that back line. And so the versatility, and that's what we're looking at. We're looking at players who've got the versatility. So again, that's another one we can look at and say, yes, if he comes in, be great. Another player that's apparently on the radar is the Torino defender Per Schuurs, who is the Dutch centre half there. Again, he could be a little bit of a cheaper option. So whether he comes in, I don't know. But whoever comes in, we definitely do need another right-sided centre-back. Yes, we know Botman can play there because Botman's both-footed, so he can play with both feet. But all in all, it would be better if we got a specialist right-sided centre-back. So we still need a right-sided centre-back, in my opinion. I still think we could do with maybe another striker just to back up the striking department. But yes, getting a striker in would be great. But I think more priority would be that defensive line, because if Shea goes down with an injury, and see you've got Lascelles out with an injury, yes, Alex Murphy could probably step in. But would you rather have a bit more experience there for a centre-back? In some ways, maybe. But then maybe it's a good learning curve to throw a youngster in like that. Who knows? But we shall wait and see. It's going to be a very exciting end to this transfer window. There's only just over a couple of weeks left now, so not long till the transfer window shuts. And do you know what? Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride, because right up until the deadline, until the last minute of that transfer window, I think this club's going to be active, and I really do. I think we're going to be active right up until at least the last hour of that transfer window, and it's going to be very interesting. So we watch this space with interest. Going back to the sorry, just lost my voice there. Going back to the Lewis Hall thing, you know, I see some fans have come out, like Man United fans especially, and other fans, oh, this shouldn't be allowed, this deal, because PIF are in, have a stake in a company that are owned by Chelsea. It's like, look, at the end of the day, it's got nothing to do with that. Chelsea have to rein their FFP back in. They've got to sell now. And so they're not in a position to say to Lewis, oh, well, we're going to keep you. We're not going to sell you because we don't have to. They've got to try and balance their books a little bit and give themselves some leeway. So it's just people being salty about us buying Lewis Hall. That's why. But, it's looking great. It's looking great. And do you know what? We don't care what they want to say. Let them say it. Because at the end of the day, our club have got the owners it deserves. The previous owner didn't deserve to own our club. He was a shambles. I could call him far a lot worse than that. But the owners we've got now are absolutely fantastic. And, we enjoy this ride. And we're enjoying it even more now. So remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. Don't know why I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. Anyway, if you have enjoyed what you've seen, then please do smash that like. It really does help the channel. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe and be part of this great community that's just over 1,000 subscribers. And also the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. And so we look forward to the Man City game tomorrow. I will have a pre-match tomorrow, so don't miss that one as well. Pre-match build-up where we'll bring you the two teams, and what's sure to be, I think, a cracking game. And let's hope it is a cracking game as well. And, probably be a game of the weekend in all honesty. But until then, enjoy whatever you're doing today. I'm on a half day at work today because I'm going out to the racing later and the concert. So I'm looking forward to that. And till then, enjoy whatever you're doing. And away the lads.